we're doing pretty damn good for operating in a parking lot. And now after doing it a year, we're on the top list of the highest grossing independently owned restaurants in the country.
The future of restaurants, the future of technology, and the future of hospitality are all happening here in Long Beach, California at the San Pedro Fish Market. After the city demolished their decades-old family restaurant, they were forced to relocate their business in a parking lot. I'm here with Mike, Henry Jr. They are on the path to scaling to 13 locations. They're restaurant rebels. This is Toast Family Style.
My name is Tommy Amalfitano. At one time I was the boss. Now my position is janitor, storekeeper, dishwasher, plumber, and all around social director for my customers that come in here. And the rest of my family let me do this stuff. So I'm a happy camper, let me tell you guys.
This is a family business. How long have you been working in the family business?
Me personally?
You personally.
I started sweeping floors at 10 on the weekends. My dad would bring us down every weekend, and my mom had to get us out of the house because she had 3 sons and a daughter. So the 3 boys went down to the fish market, 6 a.m. on the weekends. But that's where we learned about family and treating our staff like family.
One of our core values as a business is family. I think like the way I always understood, the way my grandfather said it was, you got to take care of your employees because they're your family. Like, treat them like family, make sure your guests feel like family, but your community really is your family, and that's what you have to really focus on.
We have a lot of, I call them family. So we have a lot of team members, family working for us. To me, it's very important to build that culture and treat our staff like our family. I was taught growing up dedication to the company. Being on time and being here and being part of it was a huge thing. It didn't matter what you were doing. I spent a lot of time not having your hands in your pocket, listening to our partner Tommy tell us, get your hands out of your pocket, always find something to do. To me, it's just working, getting your hands dirty, or just being part of the company. It's just doing that.
We are at the LA waterfront at San Pedro Fish Market, restaurant rebels, 4 generations. We're close to where the original 200 square feet were.
Yeah, we're really close.
And now we're seeing what the vision will be. Can you give us an idea of what's happening here?
Yeah, so currently we're in a parking lot operating since our restaurant was torn down. This is our 2nd parking lot we've operated in. We're designing a new temporary location on the other side of this fence, which is sitting on about 35,000 square feet. We'll have somewhere in the 2,000 seat range.
So Henry, 2-week eviction notice?
Yeah, it was a very scary time for us. Got a little bit of a warning, but we didn't really think it was gonna be reality because we had heard this for years. Our initial thought was, well, how do we keep everybody working? Our initial opening was at a local brewery, brought a food trailer in. Within 2 weeks after that, we were in a parking lot. We had 150 tables laid out in the parking lot. We had multiple food trailers. We built a bar, we built an office, we built storage. And now after doing it a year, we're on the top list of the highest grossing independently owned restaurants in the country.
How do you scale your operations when you're a family business?
We've been super successful in so many ways. We were unique in that Tommy and my dad and our grandfather were inventing things and innovating, but they didn't have any of the standard practices that the restaurant industry is accustomed to. We had to start to realize that the best thing we can do is hire professionals that know how to do things we don't know better than us, get out of their way, and just kind of set the standard. We want these things to happen. These are our core values. These are what we sell. This is the customer base that we know and that we've won over and that we want to take care of. Now take care of them the way a restaurant should run. And that actually has helped us to accelerate past where we were able to go on our own.
Let's talk about not just the incredible things, but the challenges. What do you think the challenges are facing the restaurant industry?
I think not building culture. I think a lot of restaurants miss that step. I think just building the teams. I think a lot of people focus on money, and that's not what it's all about in this industry. We look at the teams. Are they happy? Are we giving them what they need to live their best life? I don't see a lot of people doing that, and I think that's what sets us apart as a company, and I think that's what's killing this industry right now.
So many restaurant owners, we work in our business and not on our business.
Yeah.
Some of the things that you've mentioned were systems that you've implemented to help you scale. Can you talk about some of those systems?
One of the first things we've done is implement the entrepreneur operating system. That's been really good for us because it showed us a path to organize the way we operate the business, right? It's an operating system. We didn't have that before. And then you have an accountability system. Who's the best person to put in that seat? So you're not designing it around the people that are here, you're designing around what the company needs. And then you're like, we don't have that person, we need to hire from outside. And then they have to lead that whole part of the company, they have to hold people accountable, they have to learn how to manage. It's really about self-led teams and people being accountable. And we believe in you, we're back. If you need your help, come to us. But we're not going to be beating you up over it every day.
Can you talk about the technology evolution that you guys had at San Pedro?
Yeah, we started with our 6 restaurants, each one running on a different POS. I worked with Toast to get all of our locations on one POS, and it's worked great. It's been about a year now since we transitioned. Set up Grubhub, Uber Eats, DoorDash, all the third parties, so that way we can meet our guests where they were.
Somebody just starting out in this business, I would tell them, educate yourself. Don't think you know everything. Don't go into it without actually doing the research first. Running a restaurant, especially when you're just getting started, is a lot of work, but it's very fulfilling at the end of the day. I wouldn't discourage you from doing it. I would just tell you, do your research first. Really know what you're getting into.
One of the most important things I've learned working in this company and that I keep with me today is to just always stay busy and never really give up, because the second you give up, that's when you fall behind and things surpass you. You want to always be ready to innovate and keep the business moving forward.
What makes San Pedro Fish Market a restaurant rebel?
Well, I mean, look around. We're literally operating in a parking lot with, I think we have 100 employees that work at this location, serving over 1,000 people a day, pivoting anytime we need to pivot and making it work.
For me, I would say taking a restaurant that is notorious for having long lines and waiting in a bunch of lines to now ordering at the table and from your phone.
I love it.
In 1999, we were approached to do a festival it was going to be called Lobster Fest. For 20 years, we did that festival. That's how successful it was. At one point, we set 3 Guinness World Records in a single day for this festival. And the thing was about this, and this is where the rebel part came in, they brought in food trucks, and we're like, what the hell? I thought we were doing the food. Well, you got to give them variety. We didn't have any lines at our little booth that we set up with this equipment. Well, it turned out that's because we were so efficient. We're just moving people through back to the show, back to the show. Like, we just got to tell our own story, man. We basically put our own production team together, and so we think we have a great story. We'd like to just put it on our social media. We want to control the narrative. I think it'll help to make us irreplaceable what's going on here, and there's other reasons we could use it. And the next thing you know, our sales jumped up something like 20% a month, 30% a month. And our record month to begin with, it just exploded, you know, and we're like, okay, we're on to something here.
4 generations of restaurant rebels, the Ungaro family. Today has been absolutely game-changing, not only for me. I got to come inside the Kings of Fish. I got to meet Tommy, the boss himself. We got to share Tommy with the world, learn about scaling the business, learning about running a restaurant out of a parking lot, turning yourself into a media company. Kings of Fish is an incredible story. If you're watching this family style and you're a restaurant rebel, we want to hear your story. Please reach out to Toast. It's at Toast Tab on all social handles. You can reach out to me at Shawn P. Walchef. If people want to keep up with San Pedro Fish, where do they go?
Go to on Instagram at San Pedro Fish, same with Facebook, TikTok, or sanpedrofish.com.
kingsoffishtv.com. That's it. This is Family Style. Until next episode, we'll see you guys next time.